Hey, yeah, I go staring out the window again. I'm so nosy. Anyway, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Life podcast. We having us another, what's that in my coffee cup? What is that? It must be from that stuff I've been putting in. I'm going back to drinking my coffee with no sugar at all, y'all. I'm already putting the creamer in there and then that little Maxwell House stuff I was talking about last time. I just happened to look on the side and it was so much sugar in that by itself. Your girl should have got the sugar free kind. So I was only using maple syrup anyway, but at least until I get through this container because it was $6 for a little square. Um we ain't gonna put no sugar. We don't need no sugar in our coffee, no way. We get very caught up in having to have a whole bunch of sugar and all of the things. We don't need that stuff. But anyway, y'all, like I said, happy Monday. This is going to be another. Hold on, cause I don't like the little. Okay, I'm tripping. The little. Okay, let me get serious. Let me lock it, cause that's my problem. Easily distracted. But is this is gonna be another wake up and smell the coffee morning? Because like I said, it's Monday instead of Sunday. Y'all, it's so funny because I was recording on Sunday nights because Sunday was just kind of like my chill and relax night. And it's not that it's not still that, but one, I do end up having to do a little bit more moving around now that I've moved. And I've been letting my son use my car temporarily. Just to kind of like hurry up and get done when I need to get done and then get the car over to him. And then also, when I be getting home from church on Sunday, I don't know if it's me waiting to eat until after church because typically I only eat one time on Sunday. Um, and honestly, because I know I'm only eating one time, I usually eat some crap. I'm very headachy. I've been very headachy in general on Sundays. What is this popping up on my screen? Okay. I'm very headachy on Sundays. And then I had like an old grandma night of baking cookies and baking brownies and making potato soup like it's 20 degrees outside. And obviously, yes, I am somebody's grandma, but I just felt real old last night as I was packaging up the brownies and stuff and eat my potato soup, which was phenomenal. Okay. All I needed on the side was like some chicken tenders, some chicken tenders, fried heart, okay, or something. But I'm trying to stay away from the fried food, so I don't even know if an air fried chicken tender would have hit the same, to be honest, or a piece of chicken. Maybe I could have did some little party wings in the air fryer. If you put the after you season them, if you put some cornstarch on them and rub it in real good, and by rub it in real good so that the chicken is not white. Okay. If you do that and put them in the air fryer, they will come out crispy like you fried them. So maybe I could have done that. But anyway, and I'm assuming I guess I could have done that with the chicken tender. Anyway, because that ain't even what I'm up here about. I've been up here for 4 minutes already. Um, y'all, church has been amazing. Um, Praise and worship has been amazing. My first lady has actually been preaching this month because it's Pastor Appreciation Month. It's his birthday month, so he's just been kind of, taking a break and being able to just come in and enjoy the service, which um, that's so important to just be able to come in. Like if you're on a praise team and you just get to come in and enjoy praise and worship. If you are the pastor, senior pastor, and you get to just come in and listen to the word and just truly let it sink in and enjoy that part of it instead of always feeling like you're working. Side note, y'all, do y'all see my nails? I had me the little press ons on trying to be cute, and then I let this daggone I bought some nail glue remover from Amazon. And it was a commercial up there, and the girl made me believe that them daggone press-ons were just gonna pop off, and I had to fight them off my nails. And my nails are, I mean, they had grown. I had to, I still had some nails, but they was looking so crazy. I just cut them all down. My nail beds are sore. Is there a nail process that can be done outside of growing your own nails, um, that is gentle on the nail? Is it about who you go to? Because I know you get the acrylic and then they put the tip on it and they file your nail and then you got the groove. I don't want that. Um, the gel nail polish pull your nail better, but I guess it's because I be peeling it off. I guess if I could just soak it off like I'm supposed to, I would be all right. But the gel nail polish pull your nail bed up, which that's I guess I didn't cut myself down to the quick. I guess that's what I'm gonna end up having to do is just paint them. Um, like I said, the press ons was cute. I painted them, but I guess I should have soaked them off. I don't know. Your girl don't know what she's doing out here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm cute already, but sometimes you just want to add a little enhancement, and it's not really gentle, and I don't want to be like one nail had popped off, which is why I went ahead and started taking them off, and the other ones was lifting up. I didn't want to wait until they like all fell off because I was afraid it was gonna like pull my nail up. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let me get back to talk about my church. Yeah, church was great. Like I said, First Lady has been preaching, and what she's been talking about for the past couple Sundays is um, what is our burden in purpose? Like, what has the Lord put on us, and what are we doing? What are we doing, right? To make that happen. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing to move towards that purpose that God gave us, that burden that He's put on us, that be on us all the time, essentially, reminding us you should be working on this, you should be doing that. Um, that just the way she's been breaking that down has been amazing. I'm gonna coming back around to that in just a second. Because what she specifically talked about on yesterday, relates to something that happened last week. But the week before that, for praise team rehearsal, and this is something that happens to me all of the time, and I'm sure that anybody who's ever had to sing a lead or anything like that has gone through. But I remember saying, as I was listening to the song that I had to lead, I was leading this song called "My Worship Is for Real." It's an old song. Um, I remember thinking like, why they give me this song? You know what I'm saying? I always say that anyway. Why they give me this song? What, all of the things. I don't hear myself. I mean, even to the point well, we got to practice on Thursday. And I mean, I was all in. I was practicing. I was trying to do what I could. I was a little bit discouraged because I was like, the man is singing so low in the beginning. And I mean, I could sing an octave over that, but then the end of the song, like, what would I do with that? Because it's a lady at the end and she's singing, out and a little bit higher. How would I balance that? Whatever. And I could sing the lower octave. It just wasn't a um, it wasn't a comfortable range for me. But anyway, um, even when we got to practice on Thursday, um, me and one of the girls was talking about it. She was like, "Yeah, girl, because I couldn't hear you." And and I said, "And me neither." And I was telling her, I said, it was almost like, "Look, you ain't got to just give me a song just to say you gave me one, because I ain't got to have one. I don't have no problem being part of the background vocals." Y'all, my hair is growing. Hold on, do y'all see this little dread? Where is that? This little dread right here. They got the little white stuff on it, but anyway, when y'all, when this lock broke off, um, it was up here. It was up here on my shoulder. Okay, it was up here. What is happening? This little hair been growing. It's funny because I didn't cut this hair, and she just about. My hair almost as long as it was to two. However long it was ago. I think it's been 3 years now that I cut it. It's just as long, and I cut it up to my bra strap, and she didn't came all the way back down. But anyway, um, up, see, I'm about to get distracted. Yeah. So we was talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, Chad, because I can't even hear you in this song." And I said, "Girl, me neither." And again, don't just give me a song because you want me to have something because I don't have no problem singing in the background. But whatever. I sang the song. I did the best that I could do. Um, left practice. It was a good practice that Thursday. And then I mean, I did well enough on the song that it wasn't a week where I felt like, because sometimes we practice is good on Thursday, then that means I'm not listening to the praise team songs on Friday because I need a break. And then I'm gonna listen to them a couple times on Saturday just to refresh my memory. If there's any songs that I'm unsure of the lyrics, I'm gonna go ahead and write the lyrics down, whatever, whatever, and go from there. Y'all, this window, it give me all the good light, but it is so distracting, especially when people be outside. Because what is that? Is that a couch? Girl, you can't even see that far. Like, I can see, but I can't see. Anyway, um, by the time, okay, so I listened to the song a couple of times on Saturday, and I started saying to myself, huh, it was specific to the intro of the song. Like, forget the song, forget that I'm singing the song. And the song is essentially saying, you don't know my story, you don't know what I've been through, you don't understand my pain, you don't understand my praise, but my worship is for real. But what the bishop says in the beginning, right, is he speaks to how we all at some point have been going to church, and we're just puppets. The pastor say stand up, you stand up. He say clap your hands, you clap your hands. He say somebody raise their hands up, and you be like this, just up for a second, just because he told you to do it. And then things begin to shift in your life as you start building a relationship with God, and building that relationship, you start seeing the things that he's been doing in your life really all along, but you just weren't in a place to be able to see it because he always working. And you look up one day and your worship is for real. And I mean, and that's super simple, but like I realized, no, I wasn't in the song itself. I wasn't in the lead of the song, right? I couldn't hear my voice singing the low part in the beginning. I mean, I could kind of hear myself in the end because, the lady was singing hard. And one of the girls on the praise stage, she was like, you be singing hard, whatever. Uh, and I guess I do, whatever. But the message for me, right? The reason why, because I really truly believe that everything happens for a reason. The reason why that song was given to me was because I have gone from being that puppet to my worship being for real. You know what I'm saying? Like when I step outside of myself and I look at me and what I'm doing during the church service as opposed to what I was doing at one time. um my worship is for real, and that is, and it's a powerful thing. It's something so small, but like I said before, the pastor can say, can y'all, I'm already like this. You understand what I'm saying? I'm already like this. I'm on the stage, hallelujah, because my worship is for real, right? Because as I'm building that relationship with God and I am seeing him in all things, right, I can truly praise him in a way. Um it, it amazes me. It amazes me. So that, and then I had a conversation in the store randomly with this lady. She was saying, I mean, literally, I'm in Walmart minding my own business. And she was coming down the aisle and she was saying, Lord, this cereal is sick. I don't know. She had some frost. She picked up a real big box of Frosted Flakes. And she was just saying, yeah, child. And I don't even know if she was talking to me. She could have just been talking. You know how we do. And she was just saying, "Ooh, all of this stuff is expensive. Let me just go ahead and get whatever." Now, there was a time when I would have said, "Well, it's a smaller box than that. Just get that." But in that moment, I turned and I said, "You know what?" I said, "You absolutely right. Everything is high." I said, "But we need to thank God that we able to buy what we pick up." You know what I'm saying? Because that's huge. We need to be thankful that even in these times of things being so expensive, we picking up that expensive thing, and we going up there to the checkout and we have the money on our card, or we have the cash, or we got the food stamps, whatever we got, we are able to afford to eat what we want or what we need in these times of things being super expensive. And it sparked a whole conversation. And she was like, you know what? You got to be careful she was like, I always tell my sons, you got to be careful how you treat people when you encounter them because you never know where a message is coming. And I take it that in a way, I reminded her of how good God was because she ended up telling me, girl, 3 months ago, I wouldn't have been able to afford none of this cereal. 3 months ago, I couldn't afford this cereal. I couldn't afford nothing in this store because I was going through. And and her telling me that and kind of saying, like what I had said, kind of sparked that memory for her. That was a word for me too. You understand what I'm saying? So it's funny, like the what I'm trying to get to, because I go down memory lane and get emotional quick. um, you don't never know where the message is coming from, right? You don't know where the message is coming from, but there's always a lesson, right? There's always something. The Lord is always using someone, a song, a circumstance, something to teach us and to remind us of who He is, what He's doing in our lives. Like I said, getting the lead that I was like, why am I singing this mess? Um, because girl, your growth is real, your worship is real. And sometimes you don't even realize where you don't always remember where you came from. But let me remind you so that you can see that I'm still working, even in the small things of telling somebody, have Miss Sheena sing this song. Because she need to see what's happening in her own life. Even me saying to that lady, instead of being like, lady, I don't want to talk to you because it's after work. I'm running the store right quick. I don't feel like being bothered. I've been talked at work. I don't want to talk when I get off. That's why I go on with the earbuds in. But taking a second just to say, as she mumbling to herself about the cereal, we got to thank God that we can afford it. Then we spark a whole conversation essentially talking about how good God is, right? And the fact that He will use any and everyone to give us a word and give us a message. And you never know who that person is going to be. So you need to treat everybody with respect and treat them good, right? That's so huge. That's so huge. So then when we went to church on Sunday, um, essentially what Lady was talking about, the message was about all hands on deck, right? And it was a situation where, like, to summarize, and I know anybody that go to church with me, it's gonna be like, girl, that ain't what she talking about. This is what I took from it, okay? When we have situations or when we either feel burdened by God to do certain things, and sometimes that looks like you being irritated that it ain't done right. Pastor used to always say that when you're trying to figure out where you need to serve in church, what get on your nerves the most, that's where you need to be at. What do you pay the most attention to? That's where you need to be at. You know what I'm saying? That's what's sparking your interest or whatever, right? Instead of us sitting around talking about it and going, oh, that praise team won't hitting this Sunday, or the worship assistants, they moving real slow to get over there to sister so and so, or they barely whatever it is that you notice that you end up saying the children, they be cutting up and whatever. You know what I'm saying? That already is a burden that God has put on you. And it might not be your only purpose. And like I said, I might not be saying this exactly right, but that's what it makes me think of, right? Um, he points certain things out to you, and it is because there's something in you that can help fix the situation. And what it comes down to is, are you going to stand up and are you going to do what is necessary? Um, to help whatever along, right? Because we reading out of Nehemiah, and in Nehemiah, he's building up the wall of Jerusalem, and it takes him stepping out on faith and kind of putting himself out there in front of the king in a way that could have gotten him killed, but kind of like risking it all to be uh serious about this purpose. And then on top of that, it took a lot of people around him. Oh, are they out there arguing? Ah, take the window away, Lord. She's so nosy. Um, but yeah, and then it also um it takes all of the people, the different families, the different sons, and all of the people. You know how I list 18 million names in the Bible. All of those people. It takes all of those people to build different portions of the wall because this is a whole wall. So now bring it back to what happened this week for us, right? So what we've started doing as a praise team is we've just been taking it amongst ourselves. Like we, some of us, we say, oh, we need extra practice, we need this, we need that. And we have not been